Hello and welcome to the Great British Sitcom, the show in which we watch some potentially forgotten sitcom classics to see if they've stood the test of time. I'm Mark, and this is Chris Wood.
Hello.
And this is Chris Jones.
Hello.
Before we start, I'm going to do a little plug. We're doing some co-sponsorship this time with a guy that I once did some stand-up with, who's still doing stand-up, Mark Burkwood. I'm reading this message out because it's not edited in a way that makes sense that I can actually present it. So he runs an event called Laugh Able, and it's celebrating talents with disability and mental health. They do comedy events monthly, I think it is. The next one's 8th of November, so that would have probably passed by the time this goes out. But after that, 6th of December, so if that hasn't happened yet, go along. Bring your own booze, pay what you want with free refreshments. Isn't that good? That's good. It's held at Redbridge Central Library, so if you're around the Redbridge area, get yourself down to Redbridge Central Library. And yeah, it's completely free. You can find them on Twitter at I don't know how to read this, so I'm really sorry, Mark. I'm not doing you justice here. Laughab 802722642.
Fucking hell. What?
What's that?
That robot's emailing.
Mark has also said, don't ask. There was a glitch when setting it up. Oh, this is prime shitcom.
Classic email address.
Do you want to read that out? This is prime shitcom.
Oh, it's like a Russian bot. Laugh AB. Oh, that's a memorable one, isn't it? That's like the live and kicking number, isn't it?
Yeah. Do it in the live and kicking tune for us, Chris.
How's it go?
0181811 8181. That one.
Why'd you hit your chest like that?
That's the little beat.
Doing the hacker. Doing the hacker during live and kicking. Love AB 802722642. Fucking hell. Anyway,
so this is a difficult Twitter to remember. So I'm going to read it once more. LAUGHAB 802722642.
it's always nice.
I'll put it on our Twitter.
It's comforting to find someone more inept than us. Fucking hell.
I'll put it on our Twitter to do you some justice, Mark. But basically, Mark runs a comedy night celebrating disability and mental health, and I believe all the acts have got a form of disability themselves. So it's a really great night. Get yourselves down there, and I think one of us, probably me, is going to be down there at one of the events. It's definitely me. Don't know why I said it like that. So you might see me sometime down there as well. So come check it out.
Although it'll probably be done and gone by the time this goes out.
By the time this goes out,
you might have seen me.
So you might have seen me there if you're lucky enough, coincidentally, to see me there.
When's this coming up?
Whenever we finish recording. Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Whenever. I thought this was just for your personal archives. I didn't know this was going out anywhere. I thought the review shocked me. I thought it was you giving them 2 stars.
So yeah, check out Mark Burkwood on Twitter. I don't even have that link. Well, I'll put it out on Twitter for us all.
He's at Mark Z3. It's the same as your Wi-Fi passcode, basically.
Yes, Today we're watching on Shitcom Bless This House. Oh, that's a lot. I'll tell you what, I'm going to pass this over to one of you guys. Did one of you two like to read the series premise? I'm going to mix it up a bit.
Should I read it out?
Yeah, go on, I'll read it out.
Oh, it's quite a long one.
Reading, playing into my wheelhouse, the English language. Right, serious premise. Bless This House centres on life in Birch Avenue, Putney, where travelling stationery salesman Sid Abbott, who's played by Sidney James, full name, and his wife, Jean, who's Diana Copeland, and they live with their teenagers, Mike, who's played by Robin Stewart, who is fresh from art college and more preoccupied with protests than finding a job, lazy, and trendy schoolgirl Sally. Sally Geeson. Sally is 16. There's no preface to about what Sally's all about. She's just trendy schoolgirl. That's it. No sort of protest or anything about that. Trendy, so I assume what's this? Scrunchies and all sorts. Little Hydro flask and that sort of thing. Sally's 16 and Mike is 18. Sid and Jean constantly battle to comprehend the new generation's permissive ways and are usually out of touch because obviously parents and that. Their neighbours and best
Is
friends.
this written down? Or you just making it?
I was just adding.
You adding that? It's ad-libbing.
A little bit of pizzazz to it.
This is a jazz synopsis. Hey man,
Can we put a little jazz soundtrack in as he's doing it?
Usually
Yeah,
out of touch. Their neighbours and best friends are Trevor, who's played by Anthony Jackson, and his wife Betty, who's played by Patsy Rowlands. It was written by Harry Driver, who also did Love Thy Neighbour, Never Mind the Quality, Feel the Width.
good. It's always nice to hear that one chatting out.
Nearest and Dearest. Ran for 6 series for 65 episodes between 1971 and 1976. Series rating was 7 out of 10.
Bang on, look at that.
Sid James, fun fact, apparently South African.
Oh really?
Only came to England
apparently
at
I forgot that.
33 years old.
Oh yeah, I remember that bit. Which is the age I am now.
Mm.
So he's already done more of himself than I ever will.
When did Jesus die?
Jesus,
Before or
he
after
was
Star Wars?
30, wasn't he?
30.
Was he?
30. Well, I don't know. I'm just going through Jesus Christ Superstar, where he did
A documentary about Jesus.
a documentary.
First of all, is that the first premise that he's a travelling stationery salesman? Is that a joke?
I
I'm guessing
wondered
it
that
is.
when Chris read it off. Yeah, I don't know.
It looks like it's set up for a classic culture class comedy. That sounds like it's ripe for
Yeah.
comedy there.
I'm imagining it's going to have a similar sort of premise to when we watched Dad, where it was the dad
Yeah,
with
I see what you mean.
the kids, and obviously the kids are doing stuff and the parents can't understand it because it's not like it was in their day, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Bless This House was on. Shall I go into that?
Okay, what a Mike Reed segue that one.
Yeah. Take care of yourselves. Is it take care of yourselves?
Something
Bigger,
like
bigger to each other.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Fucking nonsense. Just a sweaty man with big thick glasses on. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Go on then.
Just some other sitcoms are on at the time. So we've got 2 here that we've done before. Some others do have them, and Rising Damp. So how do you think this one will fare up against them sort of comedies? So we did Rising Damp for Christmas, and what the hell happened there? Drop your phone.
Really?
Oh, all over the place.
Perfect podcast material there. the slapstick drop in your
Said
phone.
some others do have them, and immediately you were just embodied by Frank Spencer.
I
Yeah, so
think
how do you think this comedy will fare against
I
those?
think it will kind of line up with Rising Damp pretty well, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be as physical as. It's not going to get the energy of Frank Spencer. And the
Sid
physical comedy. I
James,
can't see
yeah.
Sid James coming through the ceiling of the
No.
or going down the roller skate.
It's always roller
Every time
skates.
it's just that's constantly playing in my head.
I think,
Every time I leave the
I think
house.
Bless His House, it ended like midway through a series because he literally died. Like, during
Literally.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Not figuratively or emotionally, like literally.
What?
All right, what?
Classic teacher.
It's just that word literally, isn't it?
Well, he did literally die.
Well, yeah, I know, but it doesn't need to be said, does it?
We all literally will one day.
Well, yeah, but people lots to say.
Come on in. What do people say?
Say it to the rest of the class.
What are they saying to you? Oh.
Oh, people say like all the time now. I remember when it
Yeah.
started. People started saying it. I vowed. I made a solemn vow.
Vow.
I made a solemn vow. I would never say like all the time, and I say like all the time now.
All right.
And I was like, and he was like,
Yeah.
Some people say always turn around all the time when they're talking about a conversation that they had. They're like, and he turned around and said so and so.
Oh, I don't know.
And I turned around and said, why do they have to turn around? You can turn around once in a conversation where they're making like a rebuttal, and he
Well, I think
turned
that's the
around.
thing, they're figuratively turning the conversation around to another topic or their point of view.
But everyone's turning around.
Yeah.
Fucking Bonnie
Well, the world's
Tyler.
turning around.
Bonnie
Non-stop.
Tyler convention.
Fats and Small. Just had to Google it. I
Good.
remember. Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Looking kind of down to me.
Yeah.
I like that I'm relying on Google now to reinforce a joke that's not funny anyway.
No.
Thanks, Google.
It's good for like mental health awareness was quite recently.
What? Google?
I didn't say Google. I said like it's not
No, I know.
recently. It was mental health awareness week or something, wasn't it? Recently.
Yeah.
So that's always nice, Fats and Small. Hey, what's wrong
Oh,
with you?
right. I see. Okay.
It's
Yeah.
been kind of down to me.
Yeah. Things ain't looking over.
No. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Just random fun.
Listen to what I say. Got to turn around. Got to turn around.
Yeah. Is it just cheer up? Is that what the song is all about?
Yeah. I don't know how helpful that is to somebody with like depression, but yeah. Fats and Smalls.
Take care of yourself.
Who did Sweet Like Chocolate? Was that them as well? Bow, bow, bow.
I have a quick story
Bow,
behind
bow.
Sweet Like Chocolate.
Sorry, what's that?
A quick story. Oh, very nice.
That's why it's popular down Cadbury's. Best worker of the week.
I think it was like my ex-girlfriend's friend's cousin. Knows a person. Was the singer of Sweet Like Chocolate.
Oh yeah.
And the reason why this is so bad. The reason why remember the music video to it was like a cartoon thing.
Yes.
Do you remember it?
I do remember it.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's how we said that.
It was that era of like crude 3D animation, like
it was just like houses.
Eiffel 65. Little aliens.
N64.
Apparently they done it as like a music video as a cartoon because she wasn't that good looking. They was just but like yeah.
Actually, a little bit too much chocolate.
Maybe. just to clarify. Diabetic.
Was that Fats and Smalls? It wasn't, was it?
No, that was
Chocolate was by
Sweet Like, just find out.
Shanks and Bigfoot.
He looked it up.
Yeah, I've looked it up.
I thought you just on now 39. That was all.
That's the first time I've ever read those two words in one sentence together. So it's not like
It's nice that Bigfoot got a little bit of a musical career towards the end of his life.
very reclusive. Never never really seen.
Big hairy hands on a mixing desk.
Lives somewhere in North America. No one knows. Yellowstone.
Met up with Shanks, and the rest is history.
Did you believe in Bigfoot?
Hmm?
Do you think there was a Bigfoot?
No.
No, really.
Yes.
Why?
More one answer than
About the
another. No,
evidence?
yes, what is it?
What evidence?
Well, like all the big footprints they find and that, and like Yetis and that. Do you believe in those?
What, Yeti?
Yeah.
No.
No, really.
Because if something would have turned up, some sort of evidence, like physical evidence.
Yeah, but why? Why? There's loads of stuff that they find and they think, oh, blimey, there's this thing, and we thought it was extinct. There's that fish they caught and they thought it'd been extinct for 10 million years, and the fishermen found it.
But they found it was true, and we know it's true because they found it.
Yeah, but what if one day someone finds a Yeti?
Well, then I believe it.
Well, okay, but who's going up who's going up the Alps?
Don't know.
No, exactly.
Ötzi.
Got in there.
The prosecution rests.
and the Earth's flat.
Have you seen that documentary about the flat earthers?
No.
About the what?
Flat earthers.
Oh, no.
No, it's definitely worth a watch. It's pretty sad, actually.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, is this the one where they spent loads of money about something across the channel?
Yeah, they do an experiment.
Yeah, and they were proved like.
And it's like
wrong.
basically ends with the Curb Your Enthusiasm music. It's like,
yeah.
well,
And they were like, no, that's because of this reason. They'll be like making more reasons.
the whole thing is them like
Proving
reasoning and
Yeah.
cognitive dissonance.
Yeah.
So, Chris believes in the Bigfoot.
Well, it's not that I believe in like
The
the Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
It's like it's like that sort of like what is it, Harry and the Hendersons type.
It wasn't a documentary.
there's your proof. But that there could be some sort of like big humanoid ape somewhere.
And if there is ever discovered one, I'd be like, fair enough, there it is.
Well, when that day comes.
Like Loch Ness, you live in Loch Ness Monster.
It could be. Maybe not in the Loch Ness, but I think it could be things that survived from.
Oh, because we know less about the sea than like space.
It could be things that
don't we?
survived from millions of years ago into present day. I saw I was watching a documentary on it. It was was it Jurassic World, and there's loads of stuff there. That was really weird.
I think there was more information and it's come to light when they made that. But I remember seeing a really interesting documentary. It's called the Family Ness, which was like
ferociousness.
Well, Ted Danson did some research, didn't he, into like Loch Ness, and he got some really good footage. But
yeah.
I mean, it was weird because at the end he didn't show it to everyone, but still that footage got out there, so it was really weird. I didn't understand it quite properly.
I think we know what we've got in store here.
I think. Well, I feel as though I do. Yeah, bless this house. I feel like it's going to be.
I don't think it's going to be that bad. I think it's going to be. He's just making loads of.
What's he going to do, Chris?
Brilliant.
No, but he'll just be making loads of like old-fashioned comments, won't he? He's going to be like, "Oh, what are you
You lay
doing this
about,
for? Yeah,
cut your hair.
you need to get out there and get a job. What are you worrying about this for?" And stuff like that.
Basically, the stuff Mark was shouting at those protesters.
Yes.
Mark was down there while you're juggling. He had forgotten that he'd bought tickets for circus.
Oh no! I told the story about the time my brother went to. He went to a circus, and he was driving in. And as he was driving in, and he had like his kids in the back, And there were loads of, I think it must have been a bit of a dodgy circus, basically. But a load of protesters protesting about the treating of animals, and they were like roughing his car up as he was driving past.
Oh, really?
The kid's like, what is people go shouting about? And Paul's like, oh, they're just excited about the circus. Like rocking his car as he was driving in.
Hype crowd.
We can't wait. It's going to be so good. Yeah. Juggling. You don't see that anymore. What's that thing with a string with a little thing you throw up in the air?
Oh yeah, I remember
A
that.
big like thing.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, like a wheel, wasn't it, or something like
Yeah.
that. You don't see it anymore. Where?
That's a waste of time learning how to do that, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's like a really limited set of circumstances when you can do that. You can't like get it out in a pub, can you?
Name one. Other than being outside.
Usually like a music festival or something, and people go, yeah, that's fine to do that there. Like one time I was in, we went to a hospital. We were in an A&E waiting area. And, everyone's just livid that they've been sitting there for, they've got at least a 3-hour wait. And some geezer got out. It's like a big, those steel drums, like the Jamaican like thing. It's like one of those, but like it was on one.
Bedpan.
And it had the gentle tinkle. His piss. No, it was like one of those, but it was on just one of them, and it had like a different part, was a different note.
Yeah.
And he started playing it, and I reckon someone we gave him about 2 minutes, where someone bloke was like, "You stop doing that, mate," and he just quietly put it back into the bag.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah, Lewisham. What are we talking about? Oh,
Bless his house.
What's the episode called?
Oh yeah.
The episode is called The Day of Rest.
Day of
Oh,
Rest.
yeah.
So what's it going to be set on? Sunday.
So I think I've read on Wikipedia, like on the little synopsis, that a lot of the comedy is Sid James' character trying to get out of doing different social occasions and stuff,
Yeah.
and it often backfiring on him. So maybe he doesn't want to go to church or something.
So if he's not going to want to go to church, or he's going to be asked to do something around the house or something like that, maybe some DIY or a bit of like cleaning or something, and he's like, "Oh, I stay a rest."
Somebody's just contributing to the household,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that the wife doesn't have to do everything. I like cleaning. I like doing laundry. All right.
You do
Yeah.
laundry.
Yeah, all laundry. Helena, I don't think she's been together about 7 years. I don't think I've ever seen her use a washing machine.
Really? So I'm not allowed to use a washing machine.
Lazy.
I've been told I can't touch a washing machine.
Why?
Well, apparently the way I did my washing was mad. Like when you do your washing,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Throws a brick in as well.
you do your washing, take it down to the river, just leave it for a few hours, and you just come back later. So there's some stuff missing, obviously.
Scratch
Yeah.
and rubbing it over a rock.
Take the cats out of the bag first
but
of
like-
all, and put it back in the
So
river.
when I lived with parents and that, so I used to just get like just a big load of washing together, like whatever,
Does it all the colours all
all the colours all together,
No.
chuck it all in,
Yeah.
wash it, take it out, hang it up, and then just put it back in the cupboard. And then
What, sopping wet?
No, after it's dried, and then I'd just chuck it in the cupboard.
Sopping.
And then as I'm wearing things, I'd take it out and I'd iron it as I wore it.
That's the system that I use, yeah.
But
How do you mean?
obviously-
Like on the
Rather
day?
than-
So like,
wash it all and
I wouldn't
iron
iron
it
it all at once.
Yeah,
I'd just
yeah.
chuck it all in the cupboard, and if I was like getting a shirt out, I'd iron it for that day, or I'd get a t-shirt out,
Okay.
iron it before I wore it.
That's the system that I use to this day. Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's mad because now I've got you got to have all the colours washed. It comes out individually, it gets ironed, it gets hung up, and it gets put back in. It's got to be folded in a certain way, and it's like, oh my.
But like,
So I'm not allowed to handle any of the washing.
if you're doing like ironing every day, like for the shirt or whatever, do you have to get the ironing board out?
Well, no, because in my parents' house they had like a little room and it had like an ironing board in it, like just had an ironing board fully. It was almost like an ironing room. It had like an ironing board and a tumble dryer in it, so
Okay.
it always used to be set up. Which made that system.
Like a shrine.
But now the ironing board can't be set up non-stop, so it
Like
would be an
non-stop.
efficient system. Non-stop. Are you ironing? No. Why not?
It's like Le Mans, but for ironing. It's 24 hours. It's a team of people like doing a relay.
Need a scale change. Top out of water. No, it's just, no, I do like housework. I do all the cooking and that. Well, 90% of the cooking.
Well, there you go.
Fair.
Sharing the load. Not the washing though.
Yeah.
So you like a bit of the washing?
Yeah.
Mm.
No, I use a similar technique. I do separate the colours out.
Oh really?
I will dry everything, but I won't. This is deranged because you're going to put it up in a drawer. It's going to
Yeah, exactly.
get folded up anyway. So
I know.
just have it freshly ironed when you put it on.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
or just not. So I got told off for wearing a shirt today because it wasn't ironed. It looked crinkly.
You're not
I
going
think
out.
it's even out now.
You're not going
I'm
out.
not going out. I'm sitting
Doesn't
home.
matter.
Yeah.
We don't look down on you for it.
Slagged off. Extra.
On the way home.
Yeah,
Stay
exactly.
home.
Key belly in the car. All right, one final question then before we start this.
Hi, Columbo.
Nothing. The theme tune for the episode. What do we think that's going to be like?
There's a xylophone in it, I reckon.
Oh, I think it's just going to be
Okay.
like a little high pitched, like
Penny whistle.
not a long tune. It's going to be like
Yeah, brassy.
something like that.
Yeah.
For the listeners,
not like
for the
a
listeners,
long-
Chris was playing a trombone there because he was moving his hand up and down.
Not like a long theme tune. It's not going to be like a long intro thing. I think it's just going to have like a title card and it'll be like a little chime or a little tune. and
Oh,
it'll
like
be
a
boom into it.
Thames, the Thames instruction thing.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so have a xylophone in it.
Hmm?
It's going to have a xylophone in it, I reckon.
Xylophone, yeah.
I think like a more upbeat version of On the Buses. Like what else have we watched of this sort of era?
Rising Damp.
No, like
It literally is. You said at the beginning.
No, I know, but
Some
around
mothers do have them. Some mothers do have them.
No, not that either.
Not that. Not either. It's totally wrong. Where have you got your research from?
oh, it's I don't know.
Are you being served? That's the rap, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Rah!
I don't. I feel like it's upbeat brassiness, but like sort of
Tight brass.
yeah.
Loose brass.
What's loose brass?
Sort of drowsy brass.
It's
Sort of what Chris was doing
It's
earlier.
what you do when you're with a lady friend. You use loose brass. Okay, brass.
Yep.
Oh, I meant like bras.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought you said
Oh,
brass.
right, yeah.
Yeah, I
brass.
mean, he did. I was just trying to do a play on words, but it didn't pay in my favour.
No, it just made it look like you sex workers.
Yeah.
That's my
Freudian slip.
That's how he refers to him. You got loose brass.
All right, then.
I'm not fussy.
Let's just go into it.
That's what he said at the knock-in shop.
Come in. Is what she said.
Oh God! All right, stop.
Yeah. Series 1, Episode 8, The Day of Rest. We just watched Series 1, Episode 8, entitled The Day of Rest of Bless This House. That's completely backwards.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, mine was
that's what I
blank.
watched. It's
That's what we watched.
too much comedy.
I was pleasantly surprised by that. I was pleasantly surprised. I thought it was pretty funny. What?
All right.
I can't remember the last one we watched where I've kind of like, I think like some
Chris
mothers do have
properly
them.
fucking lost it.
I was proper loving it. It was really good.
Uh,
Oh dear.
I think yeah, go on.
Shall I read the general premise for it? I don't think it's a very good one. It's Sunday and Sid wants a day of rest, but with the sink blocking and Mike creating his sculpture, a day of rest is the last thing he's going to get. Gene and Sid meet their new neighbours. I don't think that really fully does it justice as to what we watched. But
I think loosely, yeah, that's
Loosely, it describes the first maybe
they're the
5
two
minutes, doesn't it?
The
Yeah.
two main threads that come together at the
Two
end.
threads,
Yeah.
but what it did with those threads.
Sid James, absolute master. Wow. He's like a sculptor, like his son, like a sculptor took like a base material
Yeah.
and made it into a thing of absolute beauty.
He took the paint by numbers and he went off instructions, didn't he? And
Yeah.
he made
He
a
went full Bob
masterpiece.
Ross.
He did. You know, it was a pleasure to watch.
It was brilliant. I think it was. I think it really did hinge on Sid James. Like he carried the whole thing.
Yeah, with anyone else leading it, I think it would have been a bit like.
Yeah,
But it's just his. It's just good.
yeah. And I think it was all quite kind of good natured. Really, it wasn't like.
I
Well,
was
some
really
things-
surprised,
yeah.
by that. Yeah.
Some things has kind of a nasty or a cynical undertone. Like I don't know. What was it? To Death Us Do Part we watched, was it, or the other one? Sickness and Health.
Yeah, to the Definitely Part, I think we did.
That kind
Yeah.
of thing where it's kind of a cynical edge to it, but this was quite good. Like
was all
nature.
light-hearted,
Everyone
wasn't it?
obviously
Yeah.
could see the affection that everyone had for each other in the family.
Mm.
And Sid James, like Chris was saying off air, before we started recording this, that it's the comedy was him kind of being put upon and having him kind of not wanting to do anything. The case in point was when his wife asked him to clean up the living room. Oh, it's so good. It's so funny. Oh, it's like I think, like I said a few times during it, this worked really well as a cartoon. like
It's
the
just-
physical performance and like the things he did, and it would have worked as
to
a
the
cartoon.
extreme, wasn't it? It's like we've all. I mean, I'm sure like at some point most people have like tidied up and like have had to tidy up quickly.
And
So
Yeah.
they've
done
had
a
to just
bad
literally
job of it,
just
yeah.
like proper just put stuff away, like just shoving stuff in. But this was another level. This was amazing.
He was like,
he
put
swept
some
some stuff under the
physically
rug.
under a carpet.
So if we-
yeah.
But so much shit.
If we start at the beginning,
Start with the theme tune because I think we were pretty spot on with that. I think starts with like a doorbell noise, like for a house,
come in.
and then some brass, which I think all three of us have been sort of brassing since we watched it.
Oh, yeah. It's quite jolly brass, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's good. It's nice little sets you up for the joviality of the household.
So it starts. Sid James exits the bathroom wearing one of the brightest items of clothing.
It's a
I've ever
lovely
seen.
like
near
60s,
neon
70s
orange.
robe, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it's like
Lovely
he
colour.
looks like he's like a railway engineer. It's so bright.
It's like I've been dyed in what's it called? What's the
Tango.
Like
the little tablet thing? Barocca. Yeah, it's like a Barocca robe.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks like it's set off a Geiger counter. It's like proper
Yeah.
vibrant.
You
Yeah,
have to
really was.
Sid James to be buried in a lead line coffin after he wore that. But then he had like a contrasting like turquoise towel around his neck,
Yeah.
so it sort of signalling to the audience that he just had a bath. He was furious because the plug has gone missing from the sink,
Mm-hmm.
and he had to stop it up with some paper which has gone down the bunghole, as he called
Bung on, I loved it.
and blocked it up. So
Yeah.
it's his day of rest, and he wanted to have a day of rest, but he had to do some DIY and get it out. He wasn't looking forward to
Which
that.
he never did.
Never did get around to it
Never got
because
around to it.
he was distracted by his son making one of his sculptures, banging away.
Which was bad. I'll give you that.
Mm.
I think that was
Sculpture
just kind of
was very
playing
good.
into the common trope of modern art being just a lot of old shit put together,
Yeah.
which is
It's quite ahead of its time, really. For when was this? When was this all cast?
Oh, good question.
70.
71 to 76.
What, this one episode?
This would have been 71. This one because it was series one.
Season 1, yeah. So 71. So
6
it's
years,
quite,
6 years before Star Wars.
Yeah.
6 years before Star Wars.
Yeah, so that's playing into that trope, and it kind of returned to that again and again, having him and having like an old shit, and then the son kind of pretentiously contextualising it using art words, which kind of rang true to me as somebody who went to art college.
So the art piece itself was called Frontal Nude Protesting. I think there was a joke around that where Sid goes to like examine the piece and he says, "Oh, where's the front then?" Like he was sort of looking for the rude bits.
Well, yeah, he picked up plug hole, didn't he? He was like...
That was lost on me, that bit, but I think one of you two
Got a
said.
big laugh, got a really big laugh from the audience.
Yeah.
But I think because it was dangling there,
dangling, swinging.
the son sort of, it didn't explicitly say what it was, but he was sort of when it's and he sort
Steam
of trailed
ball
off, and then
part.
Sid Jones said like, "Oh, no wonder he was like, I don't know, upset about it or whatever, the sculpture." And I got the biggest laugh of the episode from the audience, which I was kind of confused by. It wasn't that funny.
It's good.
And then what happened after that?
Well, it moves on to he goes down to the kitchen, doesn't he?
The pivotal scene downstairs.
Well, he goes to the kitchen and then...
Oh yeah, no, he's having breakfast, isn't that? Isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's having breakfast in the kitchen. The son's gone into the garage to do some welding, and then the neighbour comes to the front door, and there's a little bit of an exchange about going to answer the doorbell, which is good. And then he answers the door, and the neighbour says, "Oh, your house is on fire." There's sparks coming from the garage, and then it kind of leads on from there. Then he goes around there for a cup of coffee,
Yeah, because
or goes around there for a look at something.
Because this is set up earlier where he's complaining about his son making noise and doing the sculpture in his bedroom, and he said that earlier, a few weeks before, he had set fire to the house because he was welding in his bedroom and stuff like that. So that kind of gets brought back. Yeah. So then the son goes out to the garage to weld, the correct place to do it. Safety first.
Yeah. And then the neighbour thinks the house on fire, and then that leads to...
Yeah. So then he goes out and he says to his wife, "I'll make 12 cups of tea." She's like, "Why?" And he's like, "For the fire brigade." And then like, I got a big laugh. And then he does like quite a few like 1-2 punches here. So he does that, and then his wife like, there's a man looking in. He's like, "Well, good luck to him." Like,
Yeah.
and then the doorbell rings. And he goes, "Oh, he's rung the doorbell." So, he's absolutely on fire. Not like
It was literally like... nailing every line.
Yeah, he was. And then it turns out it's just a new neighbour who's come round. They've recently moved in.
Mm.
Sid's like touchy-feely with him. Was touching his arm the whole time, being friendly.
Yeah, I found that a bit creepy. He kept touching his elbow.
I think a lot of things that Sid James is creepy.
Yeah.
Well, when you think about it in context.
What do you think Sid James smelled like tobacco?
Yeah. Sorry, I was just mid yawn. Sorry.
Mm.
I don't know. I still, if I was ushering someone into the house, I wouldn't like grab them behind the elbow.
You sure, Mark? That's where you're going wrong.
Okay.
Like, there's people knocking at you.
Come in.
Just delivering his pizza.
oh, lovely. Set it down there.
And on to my query, which was, what do you think Sid James smelled like?
Oh, I didn't hear the question. What does Sid James smell like? Cigars.
Yeah.
And
Old Spice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like a proper
That'd be
musk.
like Brute, or like a proper old like
Yeah, Brute for a
Brill
Brute.
cream.
Yeah, Brill cream as well. He's had that sort of like wavy texture in his hair.
Oh, I
didn't he?
hated looking at it. I tried not to look at
it.
it. Disgusted me. I did. Oh, look at it.
Mm.
His hair smelled like an ashtray. R.I.P. to Sid James.
His little pipe.
Yeah,
A
his
pipe
little
as well. Instantly goes up in your estimation for a pipe.
Right.
You fan of the pipe?
Well, it just looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
That's like smoking. You got to put a bit of effort into that, haven't you?
That's, yeah.
Like that's intention to smoke.
Yeah, I'm gonna get cancer.
Mm.
Wow.
Good. So then that's that. Can't really remember what happens after.
Well, then he goes round to the neighbour's house to help him put something up, and then he's
that was a funny little
over there
joke
for like
where-
about an hour.
Yeah, and his wife's like, "What have you been doing?" He's like, "Oh, we had some pelmets to pelmet as well." And that's,
Yeah, I don't know what is a pelmet.
it's the little bit above the curtain, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
the
right,
old-fashioned
yeah,
bit that
yeah,
goes
yeah.
at the top. That's a pelmet.
Yeah, I had to take one of them down.
And then his wife was like, "What were they like?" And it's like, "Oh, green with gold tassels."
Yeah,
No shit, not the neighbours.
Oh, but yeah.
And then he gives his wife a surprise because obviously his wife's still in a dressing gown. But
Sure.
what time is this now? Because obviously it's quite late in the day, so he should be
Judgy.
dressed by now.
Judgy, he's like the neighbours.
Sunday, do what you want.
Day of rest.
Well, I know, but he was dressed. Come on.
Because he had to.
Anyway,
Oh,
so
that's true,
he
yeah.
invited the neighbours round for a cup of coffee, and she was like, "Oh my god, the house is a tip." And to be fair, it was a
fucking
tip. It was
real tip, wasn't it?
Because he had his
Yeah.
boozy friends over.
Him and
she
his friends
mentioned
had been
it.
over drinking on Saturday night, and
They cleared up.
fucking animals. From the look of it, it was
There's
like
all
ashes,
cigarette
cigarette
butts
butts
on
all
the
over the floor, like
floor.
flicked.
It
You're
was
done.
stubbing it out of your foot on the carpet.
there was like about a million cans like in there.
Yeah.
There was the load of rubbish on the table, a sandwich. And he literally just does the kid thing, like you
Yeah.
sweep it all under the rug and sweep it
Yeah.
behind the
He does
sofa
it so
cushion.
fast.
Where can I
definitely.
put this
Like
crap?
he literally lifted up a cushion and then just swept it underneath the cushion.
It was a
with one
whole
hand.
palm, wasn't it? She's
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's going there.
And then he sort of quickly stacked up all the empties into like
Cupboard, yeah.
the cabinet, the drinks cabinet, I think.
Yeah.
And then all the cigarette butts, he scurried around and got the brush and then swept it under a carpet, leaving a huge lump.
Big lump.
It was like a really cartoonish this little sequence.
Yeah, and then
it
he
was really
even
funny.
filled the teapot up with like just all the odds and ends, like
Yeah.
ash and all sorts.
Like, you just invited him over for a hot drink. What did you think was going to happen? So that was funny. And then I can't really remember what happened after that.
But then they came round, they find all the stuff, and they're kind of slagging off the mess with the
yeah,
wife in the kitchen.
So the
she
wife
can
goes, "Oh, they're here. I'm not dressed. You go and answer the door." And she hides behind in the kitchen,
Mhm.
and then the daughter, the trendy daughter,
It's so trendy.
ushers them into the living room and goes, "Wait here, she'll be down in a minute." So then they sit down, and then the classic thing happens. And then so obviously, and then what's her name? Sid James. I can't remember what her character's name is. Janet or something, isn't it?
Something like that.
Janet?
Jean.
Oh, Jean. Yeah, I think it's Jean.
Whatever.
Jean or Jane.
And she's hearing them, the lady slagging off the decor, and then they lift up the carpet and find all the shit under it,
Hmm.
and they're horrified, that kind of thing. And then puts Jean's back up. She's furious
Mm-hmm.
because obviously she doesn't know that Sid's done all this. Sid goes out to find coffee. Everything shut. Sunday
Yeah,
back in
because
the
it
70s.
had changed into a bootmaker's. Like,
Yeah.
weird.
And this was in the 70s where everything was shut on a Sunday.
Yeah. Not the bootmaker's, though.
Oh no, you want to get.
I think that was the joke when Sid come back in and said, "Oh, I went to go get some coffee."
It's full of
Or
old
they were
boots.
selling boots. Yeah, as it
Oh, it's full of old boots.
Full of
and
old
they're
boots.
like,
Yeah.
So they go, "Well, let's have a cup of tea then."
Yeah.
Oh, what's Sid put in the teapot?
She tipped it. Daughter tipped it. And it all just
Completely
goes
180.
over,
yeah,
and then it
just
obviously
right upside down.
the couple didn't want to.
Made a hasty retreat.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, don't worry, I'll get you some booze and straight to the cover where
Oh, all the cans
he
fell
just
out.
threw all the cans out where he just threw them in.
Scrambled them out.
He knew
of
what
the
was in
cupboard,
there.
yeah.
Like,
We did the
that's
classic stressed back of his neck when he was
Oh,
like, and then the pièce de résistance was the spraying of his face with the whatever it is, the soda fountain.
Yeah,
just
the
like
wipe
right in his
comes
face.
running
And it's
in.
like, oh, it's like,
Yeah.
What's the context for that? I've got it written down. Like, shit, they offer the drinks and then water in face is what I've got. Like, what
yeah.
happens?
So
Like,
she found out. Obviously, he's been like putting all the stuff,
Yeah.
all the mess and everything
right, so
around,
she
and she goes,
started
"Oh,
to
I
like-
can't believe you," and then got him with it. It's
Spray,
like,
that was it. Yeah.
got him.
And that was like the hard cut into the break, wasn't it?
Oh,
like,
it's hard cut. And that was just a break. I was expecting
Oh,
any
yeah,
other sitcom. That'd be
we
the
were
end.
exhausted. Yeah.
I couldn't
It's
believe it.
like,
Who needed that break?
yeah.
it was another was it
Long
LWT? Like the Thames.
Thames, isn't it?
Something
It
like
was
that,
like it was
The
another
Thames
Thames
one,
one,
yeah.
and it was like we've had this like, I think a couple of times now where it's like a minute's worth of clapping
Yeah, long
of
clap.
Even
the
if like you loop the clapping, it's just unnaturally long
Yeah.
amount of clapping.
yeah. You begin to feel a bit
It was like
uncomfortable.
standing
with it.
ovation, which it deserved, to be honest.
to be fair, yeah.
That wouldn't stand the test of time today.
But the standing ovation. Or
The clapping.
Why?
Yeah, I've not seen the clapping's getting like phased out now.
what?
No, they're
By law.
banning clapping at Oxford University in
Oh,
case it triggers
there we
anxiety.
go. This is like properly
Really?
old man
Yeah.
old man reactionary podcast today.
What do you
isn't
mean
it?
reactionary?
Oh, very nice. Lovely stuff.
Is that true? It's about deaf people, isn't it? Or something?
I don't know if
What?
it's true, but I'm just saying it was something that comes up on your little feed, isn't it? And you see all the comments like, "Wow, outrageous! What would these people do if they went to war?" It's
Yeah.
like, well,
And winter.
Like seriously,
these
like,
people
can't-
these days don't know they're bald.
not one of them's wearing a poppy. July.
you can't clap anymore. Is that a thing?
I don't know. There
No.
was the story going up that said like some universities would like ask people to not do it because it triggers anxieties apparently,
Bloody hell.
which it would do, but then that's fine.
Like, I don't know. I've never.
I'd say to those people who get annoyed about it, don't worry about it. It's nothing to do with you.
We're not clapping you.
Well, no one's forcing anyone. It's like what happens in a student union, a university's union suggests, isn't nationally implemented as government legislation. It's just what happens in a university. It's
I'm
fine.
not saying
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
All right.
That's what I would say.
That's why you're not a head teacher anymore.
Yeah,
or
it's
the
do-
equivalent at
do what you like.
university.
Was it a dean?
Dean.
Dean, yeah. Is that what? Is that,
Didn't apply because your name wasn't.
is that what it's called in England as well? Or is that just America? Like Dean?
Oh,
I
shit.
think you get dean. You get a dean at the college, yeah. College.
Even
dean.
in UK, yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. No, I didn't go to uni. So.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not that I ever looked into it too much. Wasn't really bothered.
Just there doing the
Too
work.
busy,
He said-
facetiously clapping in everyone's face.
Someone came on and said, "Hi, I'm Dean." I was like, "Yeah, I'm Chris. You're whatever." see you later, mate.
Yeah, whatever, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, tell it someone cares. we've all got a name.
But on a serious note, Chris, this is the deaf club, so please stop clapping and leave. What are we talking about?
The clapping to come back.
Oh,
to
right,
the
yeah.
yeah.
So,
sitcom.
second part.
They're in the bedroom.
In the bedroom, Sid is lying down on the bed, fully clothed.
Great mustard cardigan, I thought.
Nice mustardy, sort of brown slacks.
Yeah, standard 70s. It was standard 70s wardrobe.
His
It was good.
collars
Yeah.
were about a metre wide, I think. They were enormous.
Starched, well starched
Yeah.
as well, weren't they?
The shirt like a pterodactyl, wasn't it?
Shirt's like a fucking... It's like the McDonald's logo. It's enormous. It's his wife's dress now. She's wearing like a nice dress.
Yeah, it's a nice little muted colours thing, wasn't it?
So then a pneumatic drill sound starts
Yeah.
playing, and he's like, he immediately goes, "Oh, he's making a sculpture again." She's like, "He's coming from next door." Actually, so she starts banging on the door, the wall,
She
with
was
a
banging
shoe.
on the wall with a shoe, and it calls them to stop, and then that means that the next door neighbour's lady comes over
Yeah.
to ask the mum what the problem was, and then
Yeah.
the son lets her in.
The daughter lets her in. She's on the phone.
Does the daughter let her in?
She's on the phone, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, the daughter
Yes,
lets her in and puts her into the living room, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously the
And
son
the son's
comes
in there
down.
with his sculpture.
Oh, the son's in there, yeah.
I think I think we were in agreement on this that the wall that the mum was like banging on
It was like the over the stairs wall.
Yeah,
She was
it was
banging into
clearly
her own
like-
house, but
Yeah, it was like clearly, yeah, it was very nice.
yeah.
Needless detail.
I'd need to see the floor
definitely
plans.
matters. I think it's,
Yeah, give me the blueprint just to.
I think it's in
Where the
terms.
house
I
is
just think in terms of blocking, that will work better for the camera.
Yeah, the angle, whatever.
So I would say don't worry about it. Anyway, so then the sun is showing the quite for the couple, quite a young lady, because the guy next door is quite old. He's like an old colonel or something, isn't he? He's like a double-breasted
like Colonel
jacket.
Mustard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then he's showing her the sculpture and explaining it, and she, which is a callback to the beginning, because right in the first scene, the trendy teenager daughter comes in and to borrow some tights from her mum because she caught them on the barbed wire which is on the stairs, a big row of barbed wire on the stairs which she's using in the sculpture. Back to the scene we're talking about. The lady neighbour walks past the sculpture looking around it. Sleeve gets caught in the barbed wire. Can't get it off. What am I going to do?
I think Would you called this about she's going to take her top off.
Yeah, take a top off.
Yeah. To be fair, he shouts that in every show we watch.
Yeah.
Come on, get him out. Chris.
Slowly unzipping.
Oh, dear. I've been watching a lot of the Tudors lately.
So yeah. this was
Just the beaming smile you've got on your face. I'm just really enjoying it. Like, yeah, I'm watching the Tudors recently.
Oh, I have been. I think
Well, the
I've
thing
been-
with was it Jonathan Rhys-Meyers?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
See him going through that, and obviously where you can see into the like sometimes when it's dark and you've got the blinds open, it's like getting into it.
Just leering over the TV.
Just be sitting. That's why the sofa's like moved 12 inches closer. I'm literally sitting.
I'm boasting.
Solid foot. Oh god.
She just want to rip her shirt, so she just strips out of it. And
Yeah.
the son's going, "No, don't! You're going to find out. They'll kill me."
As if, like,
He hides her in the kitchen. Sid James comes down to see what's going on, because his wife sends him down there because she's scared of she
She doesn't want a reprisal because she thinks she's gonna have a go at the lady who's slagging the house off.
So she bottles it.
Yeah.
Sid James. Oh, that's a funny bit where he goes, "All right." She's berating him, saying, "You tell her this and you tell her that," and he's like, "Well," and she's like, "Okay, well, you say what you think." And he was about to leave. She goes, "You're not going down there like that, are you?" And he's like, "Yeah, well, why?" And she went, he crumpled up and that. And then he just silently walks behind the partition, and he's just happens to have a perfectly pressed, not pressed, a tuxedo hung
Well,
up.
it's not even tuxedo, it's like tails, isn't it?
It's a tux and tails, yeah.
Tails.
It's a top and tails. He goes, "You go and get that pressed, and I'll go try and find my top hat." And then he just leaves.
Oh, that's
Mic drop.
the classic thing when someone tells you like, "Oh, you wearing that?" You proper like hit the hard side of it.
You just go
"Oh,
extreme.
well, what do you want me to wear then? Shall I get?"
So I was going to fetch my spats.
Yeah.
So then he goes down. The son is like stood in front of the kitchen door, like guiltily trying to protect, not so that Sid James don't get in there. And obviously he looks suspicious because he's like, "No, it's fine." He's like, "What's in there?" And he's like, "Don't worry about it." And it's like, "I'm just going to get a cup of tea." He's like, "I'll make it for you. You go back upstairs, and I'll bring you a cup of tea from you and Mum's, butter scones." And he's like, "What's in the kitchen then?" So then he barges in there, and no. So this is what I would like to call the perfect piece of comedy, where Sid James barges past, and as he's walking towards the kitchen, the son sort of straightens up and raises his head slightly, shuts his eyes, and sort of goes, "Oh," like he knows what's going to happen.
Been caught out, yeah.
Then, a hard cut to the inside the kitchen. The lady's there, rigid in a bra, which I thought was quite risque for 1971 for like a
perhaps
comedy.
Yeah.
He walks in almost like right on top of her as well because she's right inside the doorway.
She's
so
like,
"What?"
So then
Stop.
it's all in the eyes, isn't it? If we agreed, like the reacting, like if it was a cartoon, they would have like come out
Popped
like
out
a
of his head.
boy.
Yeah.
He does that, looks away, does a double take, looks away again, and then looks back individually at each breast, looking at left and then right.
And he goes slightly lower as well, I think.
Yeah, he sort of hunches down. He can't quite believe what he's seeing.
Yeah.
And it was, whilst a bit pervy, it was an incredible piece of physical comedy. And it was if on paper you say there's a woman with a bra on in the kitchen and Sid James is going to discover her, he absolutely nailed every criterion of what we're going to
Yeah, what I liked about it as well, like, it wasn't him looking in to try and be pervy?
It wasn't at all. He
It was like he
just
went in, he was
surprised,
shocked, surprised,
Yeah.
then he got out of there, didn't he? He was
Yeah,
like, oh
yeah,
God,
yeah.
don't let your mother see it.
Exactly.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh God.
It wasn't.
The
He didn't
dynamic
go in and
was
say,
kept.
"Cool."
It wasn't
look
like
at that,"
Carry
or
On,
something
Sid
like
James,
that.
was it? It
No.
was like a.
It was like family syndrome, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
Like,
The
God,
dynamic-
what's happening here? What's going on?
Yeah, but it was brilliant. So then I don't know what happens after that. That was a blur after that. I was just laughing so much.
So I can't remember. Yeah, something happens after that, and he goes to leave the room, obviously giving another little look back.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
Double take
Does
before he
another
leaves
little
the room,
double
yeah.
take before he leaves the room.
Just to make sure.
And then obviously the rest of the family comes, like the mum comes in and
Yeah.
she sees it, and then the husband from next door
Like,
comes
what
over and sees it.
the goodness, what is going on here?
I can't believe it. And he was like, oh well, she can help it.
Yeah.
And then he ends on saying like,
It's
well,
it's like, how long you two been married for?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, don't see what that's got to do with anything.
No.
well, I think he was trying to gauge whether or not he knew. About
Oh no, so
his
that's
wife.
what the guy was saying. Like, it was like, what's it to you?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So he was saying, "Oh, what is it to you?" I'm assuming
Yeah.
Sid James was just like trying to gauge whether he knew about what his wife's penchant for bicycle frames.
Yeah, so she was kinky for modern art or something.
Your
bicycle
wife's
frames, he
said.
kinky
Bicycle
for
frames,
bicycle frames, and then
Yeah.
that was the end.
And that's the end. That was the end. Hard
Yeah,
end.
straight into the theme
Wow.
tune again.
Speak for yourself. I think that was good.
Took,
but
took me 5 minutes to get up.
like,
Well, it does these days.
he did a belt tuck
getting
and then got up.
The belt tuck. Good. So before we go into the game, then,
Well, does it stand the test of time?
yeah, exactly. Does it stand the test of time? Is the question we have to ask
I
ourselves.
think I think it. Yeah, it's right, wasn't it?
I
We
think-
watched it today, didn't we? And we were quite amused by it. So it's not like there was anything like out of place for today.
Yeah, I
Was
think
there?
that could be very easily updated for today.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like
Maybe just the fashion choices.
Yeah.
Like less mustard
ideally.
and brown corduroy.
Yeah, the son's trousers were quite magnificent.
Oh, and his haircut as well. Look, spaniel haircut.
Oh yeah, proper like Lego head, wasn't it?
No, it kind of reminded me of like this is classic formula, isn't it? Like My Family or whatever.
Yeah.
His dad's a bit put upon and whatever. You know,
Yeah, like I really do think this could stand the test of time. I feel like I've had a good run of
I
those.
said
for
My Family like twice in this episode. Why are you bringing My Family into it?
because they're a family.
Why do you love My Family so much?
So I
Do you like it?
I just like Zoe.
Do you ever watch My Family?
Yeah, what's his
Yeah,
name?
back in the day, Robert Lindsay
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Zoe Wanamaker.
what was Nick's name?
The guy from the BT adverts.
Yeah, and the guy also from
Is he in Trouble in Paradise now?
yeah, that's the one. Yeah, oh no, not anymore. It's Ardlo Hanlon now.
Good. Joke of the week.
Joke of the week.
I think it was the physical comedy element.
I think it's a water in the face. I know.
Where did I have?
I don't know if it was him tidying up or the reaction to the breasts.
So what have we got then? Yeah, tidying up, breasts, water in face.
Sounds like your list.
Yeah, the shopping list on the way home.
To do this weekend.
Yeah, what should we go for out of those three? I feel like what's wrong? Should I lean on the chair there?
I'm going for breasts as I always do.
Of course you are.
I'll go for sandwich beyond the cushion because that was just so ridiculous. Like just the whole sandwich,
behind the
literally,
cushion.
just like
Yeah, what
Yeah.
what a strange snooker shot.
I think I would go for the tidying up as well, to be honest. Yeah, because like it was the whole handed palm
yeah.
down the
just
back of the
sweeping
sofa.
everything off the edge of the sofa into
And
the
it was-
cushion, wasn't it? And wrapping up the tablecloth as well and putting that
Yeah,
on the cushion
yeah.
as well.
It was a really. I don't know. I've never really had any kind of esteem for Sid James. I was assumed he had a laugh, which he didn't do.
Yeah, he didn't do a laugh at all.
But I
actually.
guess that's his Carry On character that we think of when we think of Sid James.
Mm.
Yeah, the Carry On character, that's the one that's the bit
Yeah.
that wouldn't stand the
No, not at all. No. Postcard humour.
No, but then like this really did show off his like his ability, like his skill in physical comedy. It was really quite impressive, really.
It was good.
It wasn't like over the like
It wasn't doing like pratfalls and stuff.
exactly, but what he did it very skillfully. Like we've seen comedies where like they obviously forgetting their lines and stuff. Sid James is like an absolute professional.
I think the someone got a line wrong in one of the two we watched today. I noticed. I can't remember what it was though. Yeah, they fluffed it ever so slightly, but they powered on through. I can't remember which one it was. Sorry.
I thought, the cast was good as well. I thought the rest of it, like the daughter. I mean, we didn't get to see the daughter much in this episode.
Yeah, I wasn't.
But the son was. They were all
Son
quite
was
solid.
good, yeah.
They were a believable family. It
Mm.
wasn't like you sort of looked at it and thought, "Oh God, this is like totally."
Yeah, no one felt particularly out
badly
of place.
written. It was quite. Like gelled quite well as a family dynamic as well for the script.
Wow.
Do you think that next door neighbour family would appear ever again? I think because this
I
ran
don't know,
for
actually.
six
Recurring characters.
series.
It might have been, you know.
That yeah, I imagine so. I can imagine there could be more things because that
I reckon they could, perhaps.
the male neighbour seemed a bit like of a sort of charactery type thing that might be quite officious. and
Yeah, you can mind some humour from like the late side of the Colonel.
them sort of clashing on, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Like there's
Like the Good
again
Life,
the-
isn't it, with the sort of the posh couple next
exactly,
door.
yeah, exactly. That classic dynamic of having the main protagonist being caught in a situation and then they go, "What's going on here?"
Mm.
Like, you know, classic,
What
you know,
are they
Deaton
doing?
lifting up the plant pot sort of thing.
Mm.
But yeah, I think I like to judge, like I said with Gurney Slade last week.
Mhm.
I don't think it's something that I'd actively seek out to watch again. But if this was on TV, I wouldn't. If it was on the buses, I'd be like, fucking turn
Oh
this
yeah,
off
you'd
now.
be annoyed by it. Yeah, but this you would
This
just be
you
like,
go,
oh, it's on.
Yeah, if
that's
you was
fine.
looking for something to watch and there was like something like that on Gold, I'd actually, yeah, you'd leave it on.
Yeah, and Good Night Sweetheart was on next. I'd be like, well, I'll stick around. All right, yeah, that was pretty good. I thought.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised.
As was I, and I feel a little bit bad now because I genuinely thought that I have like a sense of racism or something, or sex, probably more sexism. I would have guessed.
It's just the
era, isn't
it's just
it?
the era and like
Sid
the
James.
three words title, like, you know.
I think the other thing was the writer also wrote love thy neighbour, never mind the quality, feel the width, and I'm not too sure about nearest and dearest, but the first two
I think,
for sure.
I think maybe I was conflating Love Thy Neighbour and this.
Yeah, and I think that's what
That's what. Yeah.
brought me to this, unfortunately. But I'm glad it wasn't. Yeah, pleasantly surprised.
All right, we've got a game, haven't we?
Yeah, right, I think it's the game.
Lapped out, run down, too old to save. 1 foot in the game.
If it's Bless This Mouse, I'm going to be well fucked off.
Or is it about like the small plants in the house and it's crest this house?
I'm enjoying this new feature we've got now of guess what the game is.
Bless this house. I don't know. Blessings, like religions.
But sneezing. Bless this.
Bless this grouse.
It's about whiskey. Drink this then. I've got to drive home. I think, yeah, go on, what is it?
The game is called...
Breast this house.
No.
It ties into the episode, doesn't it?
That's just in his search.
The game is called Blessed or House.
Oh, for fuck's
So-
oh, no.
So,
Oh, no.
who said these quotes? Was
Good
it
God.
was
Hugh
it-
Laurie of Blessed?
Yeah, correct,
Yeah,
yeah.
brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good Christ.
happy with this as a game?
Yeah.
Just a deranged mind.
Try living it.
Blessed or house. Fucking hell. Oh, well, at least we aren't like guessing birds or
Pies or
pies. Yeah.
or
just-
colours.
colours.
Or,
Again, very sorry for that.
or Indian words for a show that was
Well, we're not-
based in Pakistan.
I will
so-
try not to do things like that again.
Come on in.
Yeah. All right, then, Woods, you won again last week. Would you like to go first or
Again,
second?
Standard. Again.
Well, good run.
As usual.
As usual, that's just the status quo, isn't it? Yeah, I'll go first. Why not?
Perfect. All right, then.
Perfect.
First-
Yeah, perfect.
That teacher's pet.
First up, is this Blessed or is it House? Yeah.
Well, and when you say house, you mean like the actor or like house in the TV show?
I mean something that Hugh Laurie or House.
Is it any medical terminology? A good idea who it is.
I'm afraid.
Well, like Gordon's alive. That could be either.
All right, so it could be anything like Hugh Laurie or the character.
Hugh Laurie or the
said.
character House had said, yeah. I
Right.
don't think I could find enough quotes by Hugh Laurie, so it's a bit
Yeah,
of a
obviously
mix.
doesn't say much.
Yeah, perhaps, yeah. Okay, first quote. People get what they get. It has nothing to do with what they deserve.
I'm gonna say that's Hugh Laurie.
House. Say house.
House.
House. That is House. That is Hugh Laurie. Correct. Well done.
I haven't answered any questions yet. I'm saying, putting it out here now. I'm not going to win this game.
You never know. You might stay optimistic.
It's 50-50 guess.
I mean, you've Would you want every game this series so far? 3 for 3.
Yeah.
Just saying. Second question.
We haven't done any games where we've got to put a list of names. So I'm quite good at that one.
I think I've avoided all of those.
Yeah, the list of names. List of, what was it, like Tottenham players from...
From 1991 to 1995.
musicians.
If you talk to God, you're religious. If God talks to you, you're psychotic.
Blessed.
It's House.
Fucking hell.
I mean, the psychotic in it. It's the sense of like doctors. It could have been from House.
Well, I was just imagining like Blessed shouting it.
Is one of your quotes going to be just like a big booming laugh?
Yeah, I mean, this next one's all in capitals. So
Oh, right,
it could be.
Hawkman dive.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. The Queen said to me the other week when you were on Have I Got News For You, you did say FUCK 30 times.
Oh, that's going to be blessed, isn't it?
It's blessed, yes, correct. Little sigh there. Jones, I think you need to get this one correct. You can
Blessed.
You can live with dignity.
Oh.
We can't die with it.
Oh.
Blessed.
It's Laurie.
Jesus Christ.
2-0. Is it? I mean, we've got to carry on either way.
Easy.
We'll just do laps around the table. My dad gave me my first bike at 16. I soon fell off and was in a wheelchair for weeks. I haven't fallen since.
That could be anyone. Like what? That could be Gary Wilmot. That could be Nicholas Lyndhurst.
Doesn't matter, does it? I'll go blessed.
That's not distinctive about either one of their characters. He fell off a bike.
It's so
I
hard
fell off a
making
bike.
these games.
Is it,
I spent so long on it.
Blessed.
It is not blessed, unfortunately.
Oh.
No. It was Hugh
Oh,
Laurie.
that's obvious, Chris. Come on. Fuck's sake.
It's harder than it looks.
Yeah.
Okay, finally, James. We've all got something that nobody else has got.
Blessed.
Follow your dream and don't let the bastards grind you down.
No, what?
It still could be either. Blessed.
It's blessed.
Hey,
Yeah,
we
well done.
did it.
Yeah, well done. We did it. Thank you. Well done. All right then, 2-1.
Still a man. It's like, you got the goal, but you lost on aggregate.
Would victory speech or anything? Or
no.
has it Phil being the winner again? 4
It's
for 4?
just standard.
Can you do Never the Twain, please?
Pardon?
A request. Can you, could you take a request? If you want to do it, it's up to you. But
What?
can we do Never the Twain?
Never the Twain?
Is it on there?
I'm not sure. If it is, you'll do what you want, obviously, but...
No.
What? No, it's not on there, or no, you don't want to choose it, or both.
I can't see it on there.
Oh, right,
It might not have a game yet. That's why I've prepped a lot that need games.
Never the Game. That could be anything.
Yep.
Trevor the Twain. Which Trevor is this? McDonald or
people called Trevor.
What's this hot metal
Yeah.
thing?
Get running for you there.
What's hot metal about?
I've read it twice.
That's Metal
and I
Mickey
keep
After Dark.
forgetting. Ready, steady.
Oh.
It's the theme tune.
Yeah. Well, Butterflies.
See, I don't know whether I want to watch. Yeah, should I watch something I've never heard of? Because I was thinking like Keeping Up Appearances, but I kind of know the gist of that, and that's going to be standard fare, isn't it?
I love that you're really like giving it consideration now.
Yeah,
I'm glad that it's-
Let's go Butterflies then.
Oh, thanks, Chris.
Butterflies, all right.
Yeah.
Butterflies.
An early Lyndhurst cut.
Yeah, that is an early Lyndhurst.
Oh, is it? Oh, redact that.
I'm glad Chris has moved on from his tactic of trying to choose something that really annoys me. I'm glad we're through that
Yeah,
now.
I don't know what else is there that annoys you.
Just winning is enough.
So next week we'll be watching Series 4. Oh no, hang on, that's not right. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Series 2, Episode 4, A Dog's Life of Butterflies.
Good.
But until then...
Butterflies until then,
Butterflies until then.
as we always say.
Thanks very much for listening. Like and subscribe as ever. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at BritishSitcom.
Leave a 3-star review, please.
Yeah, leave us a review. Any other thoughts from you guys at all?
Thoughts?
Thoughts? What? Just
Closing remarks.
Closing remarks.
Yeah. How to end a podcast.
Yeah, sounds good. I think you said it all.
Fucking Fucking hell. It sounds good. It does sound good.
I've just realised I haven't plugged my other podcast, The Great
no
British
one's
History. Nobody's listening. But if you want to be on a podcast with me, taking a look at births, music, film, TV, events and TV from every day of the calendar throughout the years of British history, let me know at GB History Pod. Or just on this Twitter, which is British Shitcom.
And what's the concept that you pick a day,
Don't
not a
ask.
year?
Oh,
Sorry.
No, you pick any day in the calendar year, but not a year.
Oh, right, okay.
I want you to tell me someone that was born, music or like a song or an album that was around at the time, film or TV, general event, and yeah, something like that.
All
And, and death as well, I should say.
Oh, okay. What does it say?
It says TV again. Don't know
Oh.
why. Yeah, so basically, like, I'm going to get one for every day of the year, and we're going to talk about it.
365.
That's the aim. It's quite an ambitious project, but you know, we'll see.
Well, yeah, always aim high. Aim for the stars, Mark.
That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah.
Or to aim for the moon.
Shoot for the moon.
Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll end up at the stars or something like that.
It's not true, because the stars are further away than the moon. So.
Well, I know, but
Should we end on that note?
that was
then?
before they knew about space and stuff, wasn't it?
Idiots.
Mm.
We'll end on that note. From us all at Shitcom. Until next week.